Hello students, welcome to Bitsat forum. This is Brahmo, your reasoning faculty. Today our chapter is classification. Second chapter, that is classification. Classification, the other name is odd one out. So odd one means the different one. Out means we have to find it out. Okay. So odd one out, different one, there is the different one and we need to identify that. So the name, the top chapter name itself, it is telling classification. We have to classify or categorize the things. Some group of elements will be given and we need to categorize the things depending upon a certain logic, and the one which is not following that logic, the different one, is the answer. Suppose among these 4 elements or 5 elements, these elements are following exactly the same pattern except this one, so this will be our answer. Okay. So in this chapter also, depending upon the logic, we find there are different types of classification. They are like in analogy only. Similarly, here also number classification, next letter classification, next number and letter together, number and letter together classification. Next is word classification, word or English subject based classification, and next is general knowledge classification based on the general knowledge, and lastly figure classification, or we can also call it as a non-verbal classification. Okay, figure classification or non-verbal classification. So number classification, letter, number and letter together, and English based subject based classification, and GK classification, figure classification. Except this figure classification, we'll see rest all 5 in this class today, and we'll have separate class for this one. Next class will be on the figure classification or non-verbal classification. Okay, next to see what are the things to consider while solving classification questions. Whatever the parameters which we have discussed in the first class, in the introduction class, all the things are needed here. So first of all, we have to check whether the given numbers are based on even odd. Okay, one thing you have to remember while answering these questions, classification questions, you should compulsory use this phrase, that is all except. Compulsory you should use this phrase to justify your logic. Okay, if you justify your logic with this word, using this phrase, then only your answer will be correct. You should compulsory use this phrase all except, and that too, this phrase should be used in a positive way, positive manner. Don't use this in a negative manner. Okay, we should use this in a positive manner, and that means while using your logic, all except this one or not this one, so you should not use the logic like that. You should not use the word not, should not be used. Okay, coming to the order. First we should check even odd, all except one number are even or all except one number are odd. Second, prime composite numbers, prime and composite numbers, all except one number are prime or all except one number are composite numbers. Next, perfect squares, all except one number are squares or all except one number are cubes. And next is all except one number are nearby square numbers, nearby squares. That means a square plus or minus something. That can be square plus 1, square minus 1. All the numbers are following n square plus 1 except one number. All the numbers are following n square minus 1 except one number. Similarly, cube, nearby cubes also. So all except one number are following n square, n cube minus 1 logic, but one number is not following that logic. And next is nearby square, nearby cubes, and then check the divisibility. All except one number are divisible by a particular number, but one number is not divisible by that number. Next is then check digit operations. all except one number are having the sum of the digits this much or product of the digits this much. Okay, so these are the logics you should follow while solving the questions of number classification, right? Number classification. Next, for letter classification, we can consider the letter positions only. Okay, letter positions maybe again firstly we should check a vowel consonant, means letter type, vowel consonant. If that is not matching, then go for their position of letter. Based on the position we can decide the answer, and if that is also not deciding the logic, not deciding the answer, then we should check number of vowels or consonants in the given word. Number of vowels or consonant, based on number of vowels and consonant. And the letter in letters, so this much only. Okay, and then number and letter together means it may be based on the number of letters in the given word, or it may be based on the position of letter in the English alphabet. Next is, for these two we don't need that much reasoning logic, logic are not that much required. For this word or English classification, we need English subject knowledge on synonyms and antonyms, and for this we need the knowledge of general knowledge, right? We need general knowledge. General knowledge, again, it may be from any subject, from science or social studies. In science, again, from physics or chemistry, or from biology also. And in social studies, it can be from geography, history, polity, economy, from anywhere, right? So this is the basic introduction about the classification chapter. Let us do the questions based on these 5 types today. Okay, and whatever we have discussed in the first class, introduction class, you should be ready with all those things: letter positions, forward positions, backward positions, and opposite letter pairs. Then coming to the numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers, squares, nearby squares, cubes, nearby cubes. Let us start solving the questions. Yes, first question. See the statement given. In each of the following questions, 4 numbers are given, out of which 3 are alike. Alike means they are following a similar logic, or same logic, alike in some manner, while one is different. One is not following that logic, and we have to choose the option. We have to choose that one which is different from the rest of the 3. Okay, it may be based on those things which we have discussed just now. Yes, coming to this question, first question: 126, 217, 345 and 513, right? Yes, if you observe, this question is following 2 logics. If it is even odd, only this number is even and rest all are odd numbers. But actually I have framed this question on some other logic. They are nearby cube numbers. Nearby cubes. Check nearby cubes. This number is 5 cube plus 1. This number is 216, 6 cube plus 1. This number 7 cube 343, but it is plus 2, and this is 8 cube 512 plus 1. So if you observe this number cube plus 1, cube plus 1, cube plus 1, except this one, all except option C, all except option C, the logic is n cube plus 1. Okay, answer is options. Second, 7, 15, 31 and 59. All are odd numbers only, so we cannot decide the answer depending upon even odd. Coming to the prime composite numbers, 7 is a prime number, 15 is a composite number, 31 is a prime number, and 59 is a prime number. So the answer is all except 15 are prime numbers. All except 15 are prime numbers. Next one. So if the number size is very big, instead of dealing with the squares or cubes or product or the digit, it is better to use the digit operations. Okay, Let us check the digit operation. 6 plus 8 plus 9 plus 5 is how much? 6 plus 8 14 plus 9 23 plus 5 28 is the sum of the digits. 6 8 9 5, again the same digits are there like in option A. That means here also will get sum 28 only. 7 plus 9 16 plus 4 20 plus 8 28 is the sum of the digits. 9 plus 7 16 plus 8 24, 24 plus 3 is 27 is the sum of the digits. So the answer is all except option D are having the sum of the digits 28. Okay, next 232, 424, 612 and 814. So if you observe all the numbers, we can go with the divisibility, right? Last two digits, check the last two digits. Divisible by 4, divisible by 4, divisible by 4, but it is not divisible by 4. So the answer is option D. Why only last two digits? That is the rule for divisibility by 4. Instead of checking the total number, we can check the last two digits. Number formed by the last two digits is 32. 32 is divisible by 4 means total number is divisible by 4. So all except 814 divisible by 4. That is the logic. Use the phrase all except in a positive way only. Next 21, 69, 81 and 83. Here also if you observe all the numbers are divisible by 3, correct. This number is divisible by 3, divisible by 3, divisible by 3. But 83 is not divisible by 3. What is the divisibility rule for 3? Sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. 2 plus 1 3 divisible by 3. 6 plus 9 15 divisible. 8 plus 1 9 divisible, but 8 plus 3 is 11, that is not divisible by 3. Next question. Choose the odd numeral pair or group in each of the following questions, right? Earlier we have only one number, but here pair of numbers are there, and we can say these questions like analogy in classification. Analogy in classification. So different thing we need to identify. In that we are using similarity, right? 5 is similar to 50. In the same way, is it related, or is it related in the same way? Is it related in the same way? The one which is not relating both the numbers in the same way, that will be our answer. So let's see. Tell the logic how they are related each other. 5, if you observe 5 and it's a square, 5 square is how much? 25. 25 double is 50. Okay, and here 8 is there. 8 square is 64. Yes, here also it is following the same. 64 double into 2 is 128. 11 square is 121 into 2 is 242. That is also matching. 15 square is 225. 15 square 225, but it is not into 2. Okay, 225 double is 450, but it is not. So the answer is all except option D are following the pattern n, and the second number is 2n square. N is to 2n square. That is the logic they are following. Next question. 18 and 108. 18 and 108. Yes, I think 108 is there in the table of 18, right? That is how many times? It is into 6 times. 23 into 6 is how much? 26 times 120 plus 18, 38, correct? And it is into 4 times. And 26 into 6. 26 are 120 plus 6 is 36. 120 plus 36 is 156. So answer is option C. All except option C are following the logic n and 6n, right? If this is n, this will be 6n. Next, 62 and 37, 74 and 40, 85 and 60. Here multiplication is not useful because at least into 2 or divided by 2 is also not there here. Let us go with the difference. Okay, What is the difference of these two? 62 and 37. The difference is 25. Okay. And 74 and 40, the difference is 34. 85 and 60, the difference is 25 again. And 103 and 78. 78 plus 25 again it is. So the answer is option B. The logic is all except option B. Difference of the numbers is 25. All except option B, difference is 25. Next. 7, 18, 9, 30, 11, 36 and 13, 42. The logic is 7, the nearest multiple is either we can consider into 3, 7 3s are 21 minus 3, or we can consider 7 2s are 14 plus 4, right? Next, 9, if we want to go the nearest, we can go with the into 3. Into 3 is 27, but it is plus 3. And into 3, if we check, 11 3s are 36, sorry, 33 plus 3. Okay, we are getting some pattern. 13 into 3 is 69, sorry, 13 into 3 is 39. 39, yes, it is plus 3 only. Yes, this is different one, correct? Answer is option A. Because the logic is all except option A. Which logic they are following? If this is n, this number is 3n plus 3. n 3n plus 3. Next question. 3, 9, 6 and 15. Yes, all these numbers are available in 3 table, right? So 3, and this number is 3 into 3, 3 3s, and this number is 3 into 2, and this number is 3 into 5. Next, 6, 6 3s, 6 2s, and 6 5s, correct? 4 4s, 4 3s, and 4 6s. Here 12 3s, 12 4s, and 12 5s. 12 3s, 12 2s, and 12 5s. So if I take the first number as n, second number as 3n, third number as 2n, and the fourth number is 5n, right? And which one is that not following that logic? This option C, correct? This is n, okay, but this is not 3n, this is 4n. Here 12, if it is n, 3n correct, 2n correct, and 5n is also correct. So the answer is option C. All except option C are following this pattern. Next one. So from here onwards, letter classification, letter odd one out. Okay, here we have to check the logic within the group. Don't go like this, first letter to first letter, first letter to first letter. We should not take the logic in this way, because these are not series completion questions. These are analogy questions. That means within the group we have to check the logic, within the group only. P to R it is. Hope you are already perfect with the letter positions, right? You are practicing it regularly. P to R it is plus 2, 16 and 18. And R to T it is plus 2 again, 18 and 20. Okay. M to O, 13 and 15 plus 2. O to Q, 15 and 17, it is also plus 2. G to E it is minus 2, and E to C is also minus 2. Maybe it can be our answer, right? Let us verify the fourth one also. T to V it is plus 2, and V to X it is again plus 2. So the answer is option C. All except are following the logic plus 2 plus 2. And option C is following minus 2 logic. Observe the letters here. Letters written here. There are some special letters, right? There are some special elements are there. Like if you observe D and W, what is this D and W? I hope you are remembered, right? Dosa Vada. And F and U, UFO, American. H and S, Sunrisers, Hyderabad. What are these? We have discussed these things in class 1, introduction class, right? Opposite letter pairs. And what about this one? I and Q, they are not opposite pair. What is the pair for I? R, because I and Q are not opposite pairs. I and R is opposite pair. And for Q it is J. This is IR is Indian Railways and J and Q, Jack and Queen. So the answer is option D. So all except option D are following the logic, are having opposite letter pairs. Okay, right, next question. D, E, B. D to E it is +1 and B to E it is -3. H to I it is +1, next letter only, and I to F -3. Next N to O it is N 14 and 15 +1. O to L 15 and 12 -3. Okay, R to T it is +2. R is 18 and T is 20, and T to P it is -4. So all except option D are following the logic, +1 -3. Okay, next question. D, A, H. Okay, we'll go with the letter positions. D to A it is -3 and A to H it is, A is 1 and H is 8, that means +7. I to F it is 9 and 6 -3, and F to M it is again +7 because 6 and 13. R to O it is -3 and O to V 15 and 22 it is also +7. Q to N 17 and 14 -3, and N to T it is 14 and 20 +6 only. Okay, all except option D are following the pattern, -3 +7. Okay, good. Next question. It is from here onwards letter and number together. Letter is there as well as number is also there. Then we can deal with the letter positions or the number of letters. If you observe, M is 13, S is 19. What is the difference of 13 and 19? 19 minus 13 is 16. 19 minus 13 is 6 and -1 is 5. 5 is written in the middle. Maybe this can be the logic, and let us verify the same thing on the other options. B is 2, L is 12. Their difference is 10, but here written 9 -1, correct. T is 20 and Y is 25. Their difference is 5 and 4 is written in the middle, that is also correct. F is 6 and J is 10 and their difference is 4 and directly 4 is written in the middle without -1, right? So this is the answer option. Next question. Next is again coming to the letter type. F to J it is +4, J to O +5, and O to U. O is 15 and U is 21 +6. +4 +5 +6. Okay. E to I 5 and 9 +4. I to N 9 and 14 +5, correct. And 14 and 20 is +6. J to N +4. N to R is also +4 because 14 and 18, and R to X is +6. Okay, coming to the last option, maybe this can be the answer because because it is different from the first two. Without verifying the fourth one, don't confirm the logic. D to A to D it is +4 and D to I 4 and 9 +5, and I to O 9 and 15 it is +6. So yes, answer is option C because all except option C are following +4 +5 +6 logic. 𝐒𝐿. Yes, so immediate after observing this type you should remind those things, your best friends, right? What are the best friends? Letter positions are your best friends, and for opposite letter pairs are your best friends, prime numbers are your best friends, perfect squares are your best friends, and perfect cubes are your best friends because they will save your time in the exam hall. Okay, mental best friends. Okay, physically you may have others, but they are mentally best friends who will help you in the exam hall. So CX opposite pair and GT opposite letter pair, EV opposite pair, BV opposite pair, DX opposite letter pair, EY also opposite letter pair, DX, sorry, here we did mistake. D's opposite pair is W and E's opposite pair is V, but here it is not matching with that. And AZ opposite pair and DW also opposite letter pair. So the answer is option C. All except option C have two pairs of letter pairs. Next one. Here the consecutive letters are there, but in a jumbled order. A, B, C, then D, E. F, G, H, then I, J. K, L, M, then N, O. P, Q. So Q must be there here, but Q is not there here. So not in the same order. All except option D are following a pattern. 5 consecutive letters are arranged in a pattern except in D. In the same pattern except in D. Next one. I think the same. E, F, G, H missing, I, J missing, K. Next. C, D, E missing, F, G missing. I think it is better to deal with the letter positions. E to F +1, F to G also +1, G to I +2, and I to K +2, +1, +1, +2, +2. C to D +1, D to F +2, F to I +3, and I to M +4. So here answer may be one of options A or B, because the other options are following, suppose option B's logic, then option A will be the answer. The other two are following option A's logic, then option B will be the answer. Let us verify the third one also. B to C +1, C to E +2, yes. E to H 5 and 8 +3, and H to L it is +4. Then answer must be option A, but for the safe side, let us verify the fourth option also. A to B +1, B to D +2, D to G 4 and 7 +3, and 7 and 11 +4. Yes, our expectation is correct. That is option A. Next question. B to F it is 2 and 6 +4, 6 to 3, 3 means -3. C to G. Okay, we can go consecutive letter places also. Instead of taking this much, we can go in this way also. Just a second. Yes. B, C, D, E missing, F, G. L, M, N, O missing, P, Q. N, O, P, Q missing, R, S. Correct. Y, Z must be here, but Z is not there here, right? So the answer is option D. All except option D, 5 letters are arranged in the same pattern. 5 letters arranged in the same pattern except in D. So here onwards, the questions are based on general knowledge or English subject based. Okay. Commander, Commodore, Brigadier, and Admiral. Okay, these are ranks in our armed forces, right? So except option C, the rest are the rank in Navy. Except option C, Brigadier is the rank in Army, and the rest all are naval ranks. Next, volt, power, volume, and force. Science based question, right? Physics. Volt, power, volume, and force. So answer is option A, because volt is a unit and the rest all the three are quantities, physical quantities. This is a quantity and this is a quantity and this is also a quantity. Ear, kidney, lungs and liver. Again coming to biology. All except ear are internal organs, we can say. Correct? Hypothesis, assumption, presumption and inference. So answer is option D, because all except inference are the rest all we use in the beginning of the process or in the beginning of the experiment or beginning of something. But this is a conclusion. After completion we will conclude or we'll take some inferences. We'll take some conclusions from the process. Titan, Mercury, Earth and Jupiter. So all except Titan are planets, right? And Titan is one of the moon, one of the satellite, natural satellite. Next one, ton, pint, gallon and liter. Again coming to the physics, units, right? All these are units only. There is no physical quantity in this, but unit of what? This is liquid, volume measurement, volume measurement, volume measurement. Then answer is option A. All except a ton are used for the measurement of volume of liquid, and this is the measurement of weight. Next one, again from biology. Rabies wound, malaria protozoa, influenza virus, cholera bacteria. So here can we say in this way, first word is the disease and second word is its cause, right? Protozoa will cause malaria, virus, cholera is caused by bacteria, but the different one is option A, because wound cannot cause rabies. So disease and its cause. Next one, jaundice, liver, again from biology and again from disease only. So the first one is disease, rickets, tuberculosis and dengue. These are diseases, disease. And the second is liver. So jaundice attack liver, rickets bones, that is also correct, tuberculosis lungs, that is also correct, but dengue, this is not the part of a body, right? All these are the part. The disease will affect on which part of the body, but fever is not the physical part. So the answer is option D. So disease and part of the body. Next one, again chemistry. Bronze, duralumin, brass and steel. If you observe these words, these are alloys, and these alloys are formed by which metals? That is written in the second place, metal, alloy and metal. So iron is a metal of steel alloy, and copper is a metal of brass, and aluminum is a metal of, but bronze, zinc is not the bronze is not the composition including zinc, it is not included. Next one, next is flower, petal, chair, leg, circle, arc, cover and page. So the first is some element, first is something, and the second is a part, right? Part of it. Petal is a part of flower, correct. Leg is a part of chair, correct. Arc is a part of circle, yes, it is correct. But page is not a part of cover, right? Page is a part of book. So generally people call a cover page. Cover page is also a page, one of the page, but cover is not the whole, including which is included, which includes page. It is not. So the answer is option D. Element or something and it's a part. Next one. Yes, this much only. So practice more number of questions on classification, and along with your science and social studies preparation, practice numbers and letter classification also. Okay. Thank you, and we'll meet in the next class then.